Well, good morning from Glastonbury, and more specifically, Jadlam Models. My annual visit here. This is an awful long way from my home, and I don't get here very often. I'd love a shop like this on my doorstep, but sadly not to be. This is probably the best part of a 6-hour drive for me to get across to Glastonbury from where I live. So I take great pleasure in coming and looking around this, well, probably one of the best model shops and hobby shops around. There's so many things to look at here, but I think as I did last year, I'm going to start down on the RC cars, because that's the bit I'm most interested in at the moment. I mean, they have everything here. Look, Molly Railways, and you can see, yeah, I've already mentioned the trucks that are there. Loads and loads of model cars here. Look at all of these. We'll come back to those in a moment. Hopefully the music in the background, I'm not picking it up on the microphone, otherwise I might have to dub something over the top of this, but make my way right down to the beginning, and I'm just going to walk around the shop and show you what's here. Look at all these RC cars. I mean, that's the one thing about the showroom here. Unlike online, you can come and, you know, have a look and see everything that's on sale. Got the Lozzie motorbike there. These cars are awesome, aren't they? I mean, it's putting my I've got one of those FG Marders, and it's so noisy I can't run it anywhere. Extremely heavy, and to be quite frank, possibly a little bit dangerous running it in the local park because it's so heavy, so quick. Now, yeah, heavy and quick, I'm sure this is, but it's certainly not going to make all the noise. And I mean, as a lot of you will know, I mean, if you're into any sort of hobbies, whether model making, railways, radio control cars, you'll either have come in contact with Jadlam or bought from them. Probably one of the bigger shops online now. And yeah, they opened this store probably, I'm trying to think, probably 2 or 3, 4 years ago maybe. And you know, sort of their flagship store. And this is where they display all of the items. I really like that. I'm building my first crawler at the moment. I've gone with a Tamiya, one of the Land Rover kits, but having run it, I can see myself really getting into this as a hobby. Yeah, thoroughly enjoying running that. Much more my speed. I certainly still don't have the driving skill, but this is wonderful, isn't it? Look at this roughneck. And some of the smaller cars here. The armour cars. Now, I've got a review of one of these on the channel. Yeah, it's actually this one that I ended up getting, and yeah, I had great fun over the local park with that. The Kyosho Mini Z. Take a picture of this one down here, especially for my nephew. Now, I saw these Land Rovers last time I was here, but they're actually reduced in the shop here. Quite fancy one of those, but I got round this side. Oh, look at the flatbed trailer there. Like I say, loads and loads of cars here for, you know, if you're interested. I'm really hoping I'm not picking up the microphone, that's why I'm doing a lot of talking at the moment. But the Traxxas X-Max, this is absolutely ginormous. I've got to move right back to get it all in shot. And yeah, look at that. That is so mean. Yeah, I do think I'm going to have to start saving for one of these. Ooh, £1,300. I'm going to have to save a long time for one of those. Loving the Quattro. Use that my Charisma. I did actually know that. I don't know why I looked that one up. Now this is the one I am really interested in, the Quantum R. I might actually buy one of those. I'm quite keen on running one and seeing how it goes. I can't see the box for it though, so maybe that's the last one they got. And the Subaru at the end here. And look at this one in the top here. How awesome is that? And with the light bars across the front as well. Absolutely brilliant. A slightly smaller version. FTX this one. £588. Some of the drift cars. And they're all out on display if you want to come and have a look at them. The Vantage, Carnage, great names, aren't they? What we've got here, some other radio control items. We've got a sailing boat and a speedboat here, various planes. Well, that's not a good sign, my voice is already starting to go. Apache. These little breaker trucks over here by Udi. I've actually got this one and they are great fun indoors. Not run mine outdoors yet, but certainly darting around the kitchen have been absolutely amazing fun. Complete with a little stability program inside, so running a gyro to help you with the drifting. Absolutely fantastic. And some of these smaller bashes at the top here. The FTX Tracer. Really fabulous selection of cars. Just going to point out the aeroplane on the ceiling there. Marvellous. Just having a look more at the other trucks they've got here. Look at these. And the trailers for them. They're quite a reasonable price actually. I may look into those. The tanks on the top shelf. And USS Arizona at the back there. Some of the construction vehicles. And newer generation of helicopters. I say newer generation because they're a lot different to the ones that I've got or had in the past. Got the Leopard tank here, the box for it, £210, that's not too bad. Vast array of spares here. Look at all the Tamiya hop-ups. I mean, obviously, as I say, if you're familiar with Jadlam, they've got this amazing website. I mean, everything you can imagine is on there. And while we're talking the website, don't forget to join their points scheme if you do buy anything, because for everything you buy, you get points, and you can put those towards a voucher off your next purchase. Now, when I did my video last year, most of the comments, I would say 99% of them were positive, but there were a couple of negative ones in there. People saying that the order had been messed up, or they didn't feel they'd been treated the right way. Well, I mean, I can only talk from my experience, and I've been shopping with Jadlam now for I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 years maybe, and I've had a couple of little hiccups with delivery or damage, and it's just been sorted with no problem at all. and I cannot fault the customer service, but that's just my experience. You know, I'm not disputing that other people may have had problems, but you know, when you're running any business, you know, occasionally things go wrong. But I think, you know, from the comments I got last time, a vast majority of people are over the moon with the service from Jadlam. Incidentally, this video is not sponsored or anything. This is just me giving my opinions and thoughts, and yeah, it's just thankful to the shop for allowing me to film in here. The Tamiya kits along the bottom here, there's so many of them. They got them, everyone in stock except for the one my brother asked me to get, which was the Mini. I said, oh, while you're down there, pick up the Tamiya Mini, and I did look last night and that one sold out, but yeah, they've got so many in here. Look, the new, I think it's newish, the Pajero there. But I love the way they're displayed at the top here, with all the box art on display. You know, there's so many classic cars here. I know sort of this is much more for the older generation in RC cars. You know, we've got the Lunchbox, the Beetle, the Brat, Hot Shot. These are all cars from my childhood, you know, that are now getting re-released, and you know, a new generation getting into the build of them. And yeah, for me, this is 90% of owning the RC car is building. Got the Astute at the top there. I've got one of those sitting ready to go on the bench. I bought loads of hop-ups for it. Quite looking forward to building that one. Sorry, my voice keeps going. I've not seen the truck before. Look at that, the Volvo hauler truck 6x6. I assume that's on the standard 6x6 chassis. This is the kit I've just finished, the Land Rover Defender. I'll have that on the channel at some point. Yeah, just built that one, and really enjoyed that actually. It was a fantastic build. Just reposition the camera down the bottom here. Loads of body sets, and the trailers. They've got one of the Carson trailers in here as well, look at that. Oh, I love these kits. These great big Jeeps. Unfortunately a little bit out my price range at the moment. And then a whole display full of the Tamiya trucks, where I started the video. I did build one of these trucks a couple of years ago. Which one did I do? It wasn't the Grand Hauler, it was the King Hauler. This one here, I see it over here, the King Hauler. Yeah, I built that a couple of years ago, and yeah, absolutely fantastic build. Probably one of my favourite kits of all time to put together. So many different, you know, different things to do, and not really any repetition in it, which was wonderful. And very, very sturdy kit, but also quite pricey. But we've got over here the Grand Hauler, the Scania. I love the way they're, like I say, the way they're displayed. This is on my bucket list. So there is a full-size one of these I keep seeing at car shows, and yeah, I just think it's wonderful to see it in full size, but equally I'd love to have the model one. But yeah, again, another pricey kit. You never know, one day if my channel ever takes off, I might be able to do some of these kits. I said that the other day in one of the other model shops I was in. Sorry, getting the sunlight here, but they've got the Porsche kits at the top there, and yeah, I was quite keen on doing one of the Porsche kits, and yeah, unfortunately way out of my price range at the moment. But yeah, if the channel takes off, you never know. I don't see it ever taking off. At the moment, just something I do to keep me amused. I've got a couple of the trucks on display. We've already had a brief look at the Jadlam truck here, but I'll just pan in on the cab. And then down the bottom here a couple more. And I believe this is the Tamiya trailer. I'm interested in that because that's the one I might be getting from my truck. I've actually got that one down here, I believe. But yeah, don't know that I'll be buying that today. We'll see. Just over here, Care Show kits. Optimum Mid at the top there. Isn't that a tiny box? I didn't realise the box was so small for that. That's the 86 edition, and then we've got the Optima Mid here. Now I bought one of these with the separate body, if you know the set I mean. Basically it came with 2 sets of decals in there. I bought that, and I've bought a few upgrades for it, and I don't know whether I should build it or not, so if you think I should build it, let me know. I kind of got it sitting on the shelf and thought, well, you know, because it was a limited edition, I'll not build it, but yeah, maybe it's something that I do need to do. There's a Turbo Scorpion there, and some more of the kits down the bottom here. Let me just head back this way a tiny bit, and yeah, back past it. Again, I love this display of box art. Let me come all the way back and then get just a shot down there. Could you get an idea of what it really looks like? A whole wall of Tamiya. They recently had their Tamiya day here with Tamiya visiting. I couldn't make it down that weekend. It was something I did want to do. But look at this toolbox that's here. I think my son would love this. That's wonderful, isn't it? Sand sculpture on the end. That is just absolutely perfect. They've got the Tamiya bags here with the Jadlam logo on them. And a classic lunchbox. Right, on to Scalextrics. Oh, actually, there's a couple more models at the end here. Let's have a quick look. What we got at the end? Another Bruiser, a Holiday Buggy, a Grasshopper there, and then the Sand Viper down the bottom there. Built the Sand Viper on the channel. I was quite impressed with that as an entry-level kit. Yeah, quite impressed indeed. Looks like this is their sales area. Look, they've got the Williams there, and Jabba's sail barge down to 399. Yeah, I think that's there's a couple of other models on here. Scalextrics, you can see vast array of Scalextrics, and I do believe I read somewhere Jadlam started selling slot cars. I think that's how the business started. I'm sure somebody would correct me if I'm wrong. All the different Scalextrics cars here. I do like this gold Aston Martin, but just not convinced it's the right thing for Scalextrics. When I did a video recently, I did speak about, actually the video was this one here. I reviewed this set here. I did speak about the fact that, you know, with Scalextrics cars getting so expensive and so detailed, they're kind of hurting themselves, because you kind of buy these cars to race, and if they're so expensive and so detailed, you really don't want to damage them. And I find myself doing parade laps with them rather than actually doing what they were built for, which is to race. There's a whole selection of cars here, look, down the bottom there. Shelby GT, the Cadillac, what have we got up? The Jag, Ford GT, the DeLoreans. Just some in the cabinet here. Do look good all together, don't they? I think these are the unboxed ones that are for sale. And then at the end here, got some Carrera cars. and some SCX rally cars. Yeah, very nice indeed. I know I need some paint, but I can't remember which colours I need. A little bit here about one of the other brands for bricks. I'm trying to find a word, not to use Lego, but yeah, Lego competitor, let's say, Cadfee. And yeah, they've got some quite interesting kits. And this down here, the AMG MG1, that kit down there, sorry, just make sure I've got it in shot, £199. And then some of these other kits, these do look very good, don't they? I don't know how they build, but when they're built up they do look rather nice. Look at that, Cadabucks coffee, a car wash. Not convinced by the guns. I've got the space shuttle at the end here. Let's round this side, this back to the model cars. Let's have a look. Matchbox, and then some of the green light collectibles, Christine there. Now these are, I saw these recently come onto the market. These are the new Mattel's answer to Lego. So another Lego competitor, branded as Hot Wheels, and comes with a Hot Wheel car at the top there. And yeah, there's a whole array of them. Do like the pickup truck. That does look really good. Might have to build one of those. And then just moving along the counter here. Lots of Jada. And then, oh, isn't that wonderful? The Williams. The touring car there, Bugatti. Wonderful Porsche. More of the Jada. Right down the bottom here, Jada Optimus Prime. I do like that Optimus Prime. And then on this side, the Borrego. Look at these premium models. Let me just try and come out the shot so I don't get too much reflection. At the end, the Too Fast and Furious there. My son bought me this set for my birthday. You see the Fast and Furious cars jumping over the train there in the background. Lovely, isn't it? Lots of the Borrego F1 cars. Not sure what these are. Let's have a quick look. I've not seen these before. What do you do with them? Let's try this one at the top. Ah, it is an assembly kit. That's pretty cool. these videos are always fun to do because you get a very varied comments on them. Some people say you go too fast, others say you go too slow, and others say that you're focusing on the wrong things, and others say, oh, you didn't see a aeroplane. And yeah, it's very difficult to you know, I'll do my best. I'll try to keep the speed quite constant, and I guess if you want to pause and look at something in detail, there's the opportunity to do that. And but as I say, I mean, Jadlam does have a fantastic website. Got all of these down the bottom here. I bought the Tamiya version of one of the Kado house models. I'll come up to those in a minute, and also I've reviewed some of the Polestar models from Norev, and certainly years and years collecting Hot Wheels, I've kind of moved into you know, new kind of collection, which is sort of the premium cars, because there's just they are just a massive step up from the Hot Wheel type car. Let's come up to the Kado house at the top. Hang on, there's some more mini GTs along here. There's some wonderful models. Well, that's the Clodbuster that I reviewed on the channel. There's a new Kado house coming out soon, a Grasshopper. Some more expensive models in here on display. I have to say that they're not that much more expensive, about the same. Lovely selection of cars. And then at the end here, some of the aircraft. The Concorde there. That's my afternoon. I'm off to see the Concorde that's local to here. A little chopper bike. We went down past the farm tractors, didn't we? Okay. What's at the end here? Lots of the F1 cars, the Borrego F1 cars. They've branched out a little bit into toys as well now, so there are, I mean, these aren't really toys, are these? Are sort of STEM, you know, science kits. And you've got yeah, some of the other chemistry sets and things on there, telescope at the bottom. Got the Beatles set there. I'm just afraid I'm a big fan of the Beatles, not a big fan of the set. I wonder if anybody, well, I'm sure people have bought them, but otherwise Hornby wouldn't have done it. But yeah, not my favourite Hornby release. We've got, is that the hush hush over the back there? Can't see. With the steam. Little Nelly certificate here, and the Polly certificate. And they've got the factory building, the sun shining through, so hopefully you've seen that. Reviewed that on the channel. It was okay, the model, but I wasn't overly impressed. Graham Farish N-gauge sets. The long engine house from Cato. There's a couple of Hornby sets at the bottom there with the Mallard and the Flying Scotsman. Some coaches. Not a great deal of Hornby on display there, but I know they do a lot more. Just trying to come away from the sunlight for a minute. The Pico track. I mentioned this last year. Where was it? I can't see it now. Maybe they sold it. There's a really common. There it is. I love looking at that. I just think that's such a wonderful crossover. Isn't that wonderful? A double slip. Picking up on a couple of the models here next to the lorries. We've got the Marklin set just at the bottom there, B-17 Flying Fortress from HK Models, £360 that one. The Lancaster and the tank. Wonderful kits up there. I believe they're called Gumper. Basically these all clip together. They come painted, they clip together, no glue, and look absolutely amazing. And they've got some very precision engineering in them. I've actually got one to do, but that's for the future. Lots of Wargaming. Unfortunately, I don't know a great deal about war games, but I'll film it nevertheless in case it is of interest to anybody. Oh, well, I'm sure it'll be interest to somebody. It has a huge following. It's a Warhammer. Lord of the Rings. And then on this side, kit after kit. Yeah. Difficult to know what to pick out when you're not familiar with it. Warhammer. A huge selection of paints. I'm going to say it again, I just wish well, I've got a wonderful model shop near to me, an absolutely wonderful family-owned model shop that, you know, is an absolute pleasure to go to, but I'd love a shop like this on the doorstep, you know, with every paint and paint combination you can imagine. Paint thinners, Umbral paints there. What are these ones? SMS. Scene Modeller's Supply. All your different glues and weathering, texturing. The brushes. I keep seeing these AK markers for painting models. If anybody's used those, I'd be interested to know if they're any good. We've got different sets of colours here. Sci-fi aircraft, base colours, primary colours, magic spell, timber. Some more of the weathering kits down here. Little bin here of model kits and some of the boating kits at the end. Titanic there, the Astute submarine, Bismarck. Prince of Wales. Look at that at the top. The USS Enterprise. Just trying to see the price of it. £234. These kits here from Rolfie. My daughter's done a couple of these book Nooks, and she absolutely loves them. Okay, these little features that you see here, they're almost like small dolls' houses. And there's another couple here. You see how they go together. And yeah, if you've got a youngster that's into putting kits together, these would make ideal Christmas presents. They really do. As I say, she's sat there for hours putting them together and loved every moment of it. And you know, they're not awfully expensive. They're around about £30 mark. And for what you get inside, they are very, very good. And some of the other wooden kits in here. I love the teacups there. The parachute ride. And the aeroplanes. Some more of the wooden kits at the end there, and then we're into more of the jigsaws and some of the craft kits. We come back round to some of the model kits. A lot of Airfix on the end here. This kit, I discovered the one that I made when I was probably about 11 years old the other day, sitting in a box. So I'm going to try and put that together, but I'm also going to try and do one now as an adult, see if it's any different. Or see if I'm going to do it any better, should I say. I do love the way that in amongst the kits, you know, there's the occasional model that's all built up, really to set the scene. Loads of Airfix kits, and again, some of the kits made up here. Spitfire keeps catching my eye when I'm looking through all the catalogues. It's a wonderful kit. There's one built up here. Actually, well, it's not that one. It's a Spitfire built up. It's not the one I've just shown. It's very difficult to film all of the kits on here, but I think you get the idea how many Airfix kits they've got in stock just on the shelf. At the top here, loads of car kits. Actually, I'm going to film from this way. I was trying to film them face on, but I couldn't see what any of them were. Look at the Lancia and the other Lancia at the bottom here, the Delta, and the Stratus at the top. Now onto the Tamiya car kits. Let's show the top shelf first of all. Got the Lotus kits here. Again, the lightning at the end there. What we got here? More kits that are made up. We just move to one side so it's not the reflection itself. The Quattro there, the Jägermeister Porsche, Honda motorbike, and the McLaren MP4-4. That's not Tamiya, that's Meng. I've not heard of Meng before. And then vast array of different Tamiya kits on here. difficult again to know what to pick out. I think, I mean, this is one that I definitely want to do, the Toyota. I've seen that one a few times. I quite fancy doing one of the bikes as well. Maybe, we shall see. But, just every now and again little bits of detailing packs as well. Some of the Tamiya aircraft here. Hella kits. Did build one of Hella's lorries years ago. Thought it was a wonderful kit, went together so well. Having a tractor at the top here. There's some brands here. Not. Oh yes, I am. I wasn't particularly familiar with that one, but it looks like these are Oshima. Struggling to get far enough away to get a decent picture of all of these, but hopefully you get the idea. There are so many kits in here. I think if I came in here in the market to buy a kit, I'd struggle to choose. There's just so much selection. Look at this one here, Royal Class, the P40 Warhawk. Not heard of Royal Class before. I hope I'm getting the speed just right, and yeah, you're seeing what you want to see. And then on this side, what do we have? I'm not familiar with these this make, Border. We've got Hobby Boss at the bottom. And AFV Club. Again, not overly familiar with them, but still look, well, from the boxes, let's say, they look nice kits. Obviously not built one of these myself, so I couldn't tell you if they were quality. I assume they would be. My eye's gone to the gun here, played by the trumpeter. More of the Gundam kits. A whole selection here of Woodland Scenics. Ruby accessories. You've got the Bluetooth decoders there. Good old Metcalf. Cannot go wrong with a Metcalf kit. Although a couple of the recent ones I've done have had quite thin carding, but I found that once they're together, they actually are still very robust. Lots of the whole selection of Woodland Scenics in here. Really great to see. Equipment for ballasting and servicing your locos. They've got the Batman Thomas locos here. Yeah, I find this really difficult because I think the models are absolutely wonderful. I just don't like the packaging. I don't like the fact they come in a blister pack. It just doesn't really make them feel like toys. I mean, maybe that's the intention. But yeah, to appeal to a younger audience. Right, Cobby are another Lego competitor. There's certainly some nice kits there. And over here you can see the Volkswagen bus, and these again are all the Cobby Lego. Is it Kobe or Cobby? I don't know. Kobe, let's call it Kobe. Sounds better. And see the tank at the top here. And probably the most important of all of the brands. Let's get back to the original Lego. To put this into context, I mean, I think they have at least as many, if not more kits than any of the Lego stores. I mean, I'll just run through a few of them. They've got the Scout Walker, the Eiffel Tower, Lord of the Rings, Transformers. Oh no, sorry, that's Fortnite. Sorry. What's this one? I don't know what that is. Dune. You see, I'm up to date on all my new films. Sail barge there at full price. Republic attack cruiser, R2-D2, the Interceptor, the Artemis space shuttle, space launch system. Little love. Hopefully the reflection's not on there. Star Wars sign. Not seen that one before. We've got a digger down there. Optimus Prime, a Ferrari, some motorbikes here, a Pinacali. I love the castle there, and the Japanese garden.
Yeah, I probably do.
The Lamborghini there. Get a little bit busier in here now. A lovely model of the Concorde in Lego. And a space buggy. The Peugeot Le Mans car. Harry Potter. Fast and Furious. The grand piano here. And medieval town square down there. Mario Kart. I love the Trevi fountain here. Another Japanese garden at the top there, a tranquil garden. And then all the botanical collection. And at the top there, Harry Potter. As well as these sort of advanced kits. A vast array here of the standard range kits and some of the train sets, Lego train sets. They're rather nice. I'll just make my way around this Lego stand in the middle here. I've actually got some Lego items made up. Got the wonderful R2-D2 there, and the Space Shuttle Discovery. At the moment I'm trying to see all of the Concordes, but eventually I'd like to see all of the Space Shuttles. I've seen a couple of them. And then just to finish off, just to give a flavour of what else is in the shop, lots of Sylvanian families. Collectible tech deck and other toy bits and pieces. And this one, WrestleMania, as I say, branching out a little bit more into toys here. I'm going to skip past all of those. Wonderful display here of Cadfy and Lego models. So on this side, see the F1 car. And the Lego F1 car on this side. Ayrton Senna's McLaren, and Nigel Mansell's Williams. And just come back round and wrap the video up with a look at their Hot Wheels stand. And great to see, you know, an array of premium Hot Wheels cars on sale. I mean, occasionally you see them in the supermarkets or Smith's, the toy shop here in the UK, but really, you know, it's the specialist sellers that if you want premium Hot Wheels cars from, you need to go to the likes of Modelmatic. I've bought quite a few bits from them in the past, but it's great to see them out on display in the showroom here. I'm just going to go back round because I really do like that model at the top there. Wonderful. Yeah, so Jadlam models, definitely a wonderful model shop. I guess the only problem with this shop is I could spend far too much money in there. Love coming here, awful long way from my house though, so I don't get to visit very often, but I make the most of it when walking around in there. I've been here probably a couple of hours now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel, lots on there. If you can subscribe, I'll be very, very grateful. And with that, I'll leave it there and just say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.